Jordan, how you doing? I guess first off, you're obviously from Texas. Did Texas recruit you? I'm sure they did, or else they'd be really stupid. But how much did Texas recruit you? And did you take a visit there or anything? Or what are your thoughts about going back to your home state to play a big exhibition game?
Oh yeah, they did recruit me. One of the big things with like the Texas schools were do not let the Texas kids leave Texas. So of course, they came strong recruiting. Yeah, I went on a visit to Texas too, and one of their pitches were, we're building a new arena. You could potentially be the first person to ever score in this arena. And so when I remembered that, and now that we're getting to play them for the first game there, I still have that chance. So that was a pretty cool, it's a pretty cool thing. But yeah, they recruited hard, but I ended up choosing Arkansas.
That's cool. And then I know they got two McDonald's All-Americans, I guess Mitchell and Morrison. So obviously around those guys some at the McDonald's game. Maybe you're around them on the AU circuit. I was wondering how well do you know those guys? And they've got two McDonald's All-Americans. You guys have three. I know there's obviously other players involved too, but how cool is that? It's kind of like a little mini McDonald's reunion or something.
Yeah, it's like a McDonald's matchup. It's cool. But yeah, since Terry was also from, he's lived in the Dallas area with me for a long time. We really gotten, to know each other. Of course, when you get on the basketball court, it's all competitive and everything. I played Dylan Mitchell one time in high school. Um, and it was the national championship game when I was playing for Link, and we lost. So this is kind of like a real revenge game for me. Like this is kind of like a set the tone type of game in my mind that I really want to win, not only because it's a game on our schedule, but also because it's a Texas game at their home. Like it's people that I kind of like know that I've been knowing. I really want to beat them. So it's real personal for me.
Well, you kind of alluded to it there. It's an exhibition game, but Arkansas, Texas, that's an old time rivalry and border states. And you guys, obviously there's some history between you guys as players. I mean, it's not your run of the mill exhibition. I mean, how big a deal is it to you guys, would you say?
It's a huge deal. Although it's an exhibition game and doesn't really count towards much like your actual record, it's still a big game because it sets the tone for like everybody else this year. I feel like because everybody's like a lot of good teams are gonna watch this game and see how we play and see how they play. And if they see us come out with a W, then they know, okay, yeah, Arkansas is coming with some heat this year. Like they're not playing around, they're not messing around. Even in the exhibition game, they're playing as hard as they possibly can. So I feel like that kind of sets the tone for everybody else when we go to play them in like the SEC tournament or the tournament or whatever it may be.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Scotty.
Yeah, Jordan, just what's it kind of been like just diving into Texas prep a little bit for yourself personally, and then just some of the newcomers, like how are guys kind of handling that and taking it in?
So I mean, of course, like as y'all know, we have a fairly new team. So everybody's kind of like starting to get used to or learning how colleges prepare for big games. So even though I've been playing against these guys for forever since high school and since before high school, I'm reading the scouting report and it's telling me stuff about them I didn't even know. I'm like, okay, wow, like you're really breaking this down to like a whole different level. And it's really amazing to see, you know, how Coach Muss's brain works when it comes to stuff like this, and how Coach Smart brain works, and how Coach Gus, like everybody who's involved in making scouting reports, it's so like crazy to see how deep they dive into just one game and just like one game at a time.
We just talked to Kamani, and he said that the guys called Jalen Graham's spin cycle because of the spin moves that he's got. I guess could you maybe detail some of what you like about his game, maybe his footwork, and what's jumped out to you about him lately?
JG's really been turning it up. He's been taking his game to a new level. He's been aggressive in practice. He's been real like more dominant than he's been, and I love it personally. I love the competition. But yeah, spin cycle. I mean, yeah, he's every time he touches the ball, it's a spin move. Like he's spinning every time, and it's crazy because we know it's coming, and it's like he's so big that like, he moves his weight around so well that it's a bucket. So you can't really stop it. But yeah, that's his name because he does it nonstop, and it works. So why fix it?
Hutch. And Jordan, Kamani and Devo were here last year whenever the football team beat Texas and they stormed the field and everything. Have you gotten to talk to them about that experience? And do you know much like about the rivalry between Arkansas and Texas?
So I became aware of the rivalry during the recruiting process because when it came down to like the Final Four, it was like, okay, Jordan, you have Arkansas and Texas on this list. Like somebody's gonna hate you after. So you got to pick one. So it was kind of crazy. I didn't realize how deep it went. I started seeing things on like Twitter with like horns down and people were talking trash. I'm like, okay, this is serious. Like y'all ain't playing games. I was like, okay. Well, I'm from Texas, but I gotta, we're gonna figure this out. I ended up choosing Arkansas, and it was like, yeah, it turned up a little bit, but it was still a good choice, I think.
And Kamani was telling us, I guess he and Devo had to get up in front of the team and kind of walk y'all through the scouting reports and stuff like that. How big have they been with helping y'all with that, you and all the other new guys?
They've been a tremendous help. They know Coach Muss in and out. They know the system in and out. They know what makes him mad, what makes him happy, what makes him want to keep you on the floor, what makes him want to take you out. So, a person like me, I want to soak up that knowledge and be able to know, like, okay, if I'm in the game, I mess up, and I look him in his eyes, he's gonna take me out the game. Or if I'm in practice, I miss a layup, like I'm not playing the next game, like stuff like that. And it's cool to learn. It's cool to learn so that it's because it's like usually it's like hate and envy from older people in college, but like here it's like it's all love and it's all support. Like they want you to do good, so they're gonna tell you stuff like that so that you can have like a greater chance to achieve your dreams, which is great.
Curtis.
Jordan, you wound up getting the start the other night and you were kind of flirting with a double-double there. You led the team in plus minus. How would you kind of evaluate your first game there in Bud Walton, and what are you looking to improve on moving forward?
Well, because I know that the coaches choose the plus minus and they gave me a very good plus minus, I'm hoping that means I played good. It was a great experience for me though. I loved playing in Bud. It's my first time actually playing. I would come to games last year and the atmosphere would be crazy, but now I'm actually playing in front of that atmosphere. So I'm excited for these bigger games coming up at home, and I can't wait to put on for Arkansas.
And then Makai seemed like he really made the most of his minutes. Just curious what you've seen from him on the practice floor. What do you like about his game? What does he bring to the table for you guys?
I have a high respect for Kai. He's a real aggressive, real physical big, and I feel like down the road we're gonna need that, especially when we're playing bigger bigs who are just as physical. I know that, seeing him in practice bang with like TB or like his brother or JG, like seeing him bang with them like for what we've had like 87 practices or something like that. He's been banging with them for 87 practices. So I know he can do it for at least, a couple games.
Anything else for Jordan?
I got one more if that's okay. Hey, Jordan, I know you obviously, have played with Anthony as a teammate, and you guys were at the tryouts, I guess the 18 under team. Just what do you think about his game and his versatility, especially? I mean, he can score obviously, but he blocks shots, rebounds, obviously passes well. What do you think about his overall game?
I feel like AB, I feel like he's a great point guard. Being 6'7" at point guard, I feel like that's extremely valuable. And like you said, makes him more versatile than just like the average guard. Because not only can he score, but he has great vision. He can also score. Y'all saw the game, him dunking on people. It's crazy. But he can also score, he can pass, like he can shoot, like he can do all these things that contribute to winning. So he'll be a tremendous big part of like us winning this year.
Do you like the fact that he's really a pass first guy? It's like what you want a point guard to be. He's not really a guy. He can score, but he's not looking to score because you guys have a lot of guys that can score.
Right. Yeah. I wouldn't say there's like a traditional point guard anymore, but I feel like AB is a great point guard that he's really like the epiphany of like being a point guard and doing what a point guard needs to do for his team.
You think you guys can work on getting like an NIL deal for Graham, like I don't know, laundromat or detergent or something? That's spin cycle deal. Has anybody talked about that?
No, but I will bring it up to him now though.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks.
Thanks,
Thank
Jordan.
you.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you.